You made a point to say it's a not a historical book, but I remember in history when the Bible talked about the people of Moab, and they never found the people of Moab to the late 17 or 1800s, and it looks like archaeology caught up with the Bible. So when you mention stuff is not that it's not a historical book, I just don't understand that. Even to Harker, they have their version of the events of helping the nation of Israel, which outside of a different story, like the Bible gives credit to the Most High, Harker gives credit to himself. I just don't see why you're saying it's not a historical book if there are current parallel historical references.
I mean, that's an amateur moment 101. If I write a book about Superman and I mention Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, and George Bush, then that makes the Spider-Man story true. For somebody in his teens and 20s to make a statement like that, I like, okay, a person has some growing to do. But hey, let's continue.
Well, you have fictional stories where they mention some historical person.
But you will admit that. But what I need you to admit is you lied when you said it's not a historical book.
No, I didn't lie at all. Because
okay, so the nation of was
you're
the
not
nation
gonna let
of
me talk then.
I thought, listen, that you got welcome to the big leagues. Ain't they what Sinai always say? Welcome to the big leagues.
The
But
big
what?
league is not letting people talk. Okay, go ahead then.
No. You can go ahead and talk, but you just got to muscle in.
See, he knows he sounds like a fool. So I'm like, go ahead. And no, you go ahead. You got to muscle in. They don't know order. They don't know discipline. But hey, who's sending money to a convicted child molester? That's him.
I'll teach you. Listen, I taught polite how to properly debate. I can teach you how to properly
I don't need you
debate.
to teach me because
now, for the record, he said that he taught polite how to properly debate. All right. I wonder what he taught polite behind the scenes, though.
Oh, okay.
For example, what's the attestation for the Exodus? It's so good. I can write the story like a Spider-Man 2023, and I mentioned Joe Biden. Joe Biden exists. That doesn't make the Spider-Man story true. So we have.
I agree with that.
All right. So that's what you try to do.
Have you ever heard of cyanide photograph?
No. What is that?
Yeah.
Now, if you think he was pseudo from the start, he's gonna get even more pseudo. It's embarrassing.
Never heard of that?
No.
I have the book. Cyanide photograph. I don't have.
You have the book, but he doesn't have it.
I have it with me, but if we ever were to debate, I can actually get a book. It's like this tall, about this tall. Cost me about $700 to get. And Cyanide Photograph is a book that shows how they were able to show the hieroglyphics about the flood, about Moses at the bottom of Mount.
You must be joking, brother.
I couldn't help but laugh. Oh my goodness. And yeah, JTV wrote, this is so frustrating to watch an unfair debate. It wasn't a debate, it was a weighing. Filthy Frankie said it. For those who just believe anything Filthy Frankie said. You know, he called me the day before. Actually, he sent me a text message that I received like early hours in the morning, like 3 or 4, something like that. Then we spoke, you know, like the during the day before it took place. There was no topic whatsoever. So yeah. JTV wrote, the only book he has is dot to dot coloring book.
At the bottom of Mount Sinai.
Hieroglyphics about the flood. Which flood?
Yeah.
The flood of the Bible?
I'm sorry. I misspoke. I'm not the flood. I'm sorry. About the Exodus.
So now it's not hieroglyphic about the flood. It's hieroglyphic about what?
About Moses. About all of them is written. Miriam. Is
about Moses. About Miriam.
It's all written at the bottom of the mountain.
It's all written at the bottom of the mountain. And you have Poom Poom Smash Rockwell, Punk Butler Reggie, and all these deviants who were butt kissing rapists and child molesters openly, who have the nerve to act like this dude did something.
It's a book called, man, I'm sorry, I think it's Sinai Photograph is the title of the book. If we was to ever debate, I'll show you historical evidence that backs up Moses, Exodus, etc. existing.
Moses, Exodus, etc. existing. Now it's amazing. It's amazing. You guys ever heard of that? Has anybody ever heard of that? That's called making stuff up.
You might want to do a better job because that book does exist.
I might want to do a better job because you just made something up.
If I was
Well,
to get the book,
the book might exist, but that's a world premiere that you're talking about. No scholar, no scholar, no scholar.
Yeah, you can only laugh like a sucker. I make stuff up, I don't back it up. That's childish, ridiculous, and pseudo. That's an embarrassment for the IUCPK.
Ever talk about attestation of Moses or the Exodus happening, let alone on hieroglyphics. I mean, it sounds to me like you made that up.
It would be more honest.
Yeah, sounds to me like you made that up. And I'm being diplomatic right now.